Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Pharma Focus. I hope you guys are doing great and I'm back with another video. So this video is one of the most requested questions that I get in my inbox almost on the daily basis, and this is regarding how you should prepare yourself for pharmacovigilance roles during your graduation or post-graduation. So I have tried to cover a lot of things in this video, but furthermore I'll be coming with another videos where will be telling you about these courses or the certificate courses which you can do, and the resources where you can gain a good knowledge about PV. So let's start with the video. So the first and the foremost step here is to build your core knowledge in PV. That involves understanding of the basic pharmacovigilance concepts and studying of regulatory guidelines. So the basics here involves the fundamentals of PV. The fundamentals of PV are those terms, terminologies, those definitions that have a key role in drug safety, which includes adverse drug reaction, serious adverse event, and then you can study about ICSRs. And if I talk about the regulatory guidelines, then there are the ICH guidelines E2A to E2D. So the ICH E2A guideline is regarding ICSRs, and then we have the E2D guidelines, which is regarding PSURs, which is a much higher level. I would recommend, if you're a beginner, start with ICH E2A guidelines, E2E guideline, which is regarding the pharmacovigilance planning. Then you can go through the GVP modules, but the basic module is the GVP module 6, which I have made two parts, and it's already on the channel, and I'll be continuing further with the upcoming videos regarding that. So these are the EMA guidelines, the European Medicines Agency guidelines, which is related to GVP. Then you can go through CIOMS reports, which is the Council for International Organizations of Medical Sciences, and you can go through the PV glossary in CIOMS. Then there are the national guidelines for India. It is CDSCO's PVPI, which is Pharmacovigilance Program of India. You can definitely go through it to get an idea about how PV is working in India. Although it hasn't flourished to a much great level, but people are getting aware, and the role and the importance of PV is increasing day by day. So it's going to be a growing and a trending career. So yeah, build your core knowledge in PV is the very first point. Alright, so the second point is development of key skills. So the key skills involve the medical writing, analytical, regulatory awareness, technical skills, and communication skills. So if I talk about the medical writing, then you can practice on summarizing cases, preparing narratives. So you can do this by practicing writing of the case summaries using any kind of sample ADR reports, or you can read the published case reports in journals, so as to you can get an idea about how they are styled and structured. And of course you can take short courses or any kind of long or useful courses that you think are good, related to scientific and medical writing, which may be available on the various platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and etc. So the next skill is the analytical skill. So analytical skills basically involves the assessment of seriousness, expectedness, and causality. So just get an idea about what these terms are and try assessing it through sample um, a sample area report or any kind of real cases that you see in any kind of case studies. So you can practice doing that as well. The third point is the regulatory awareness. So for the regulatory awareness, you need to be aware about the global PV regulations and the reporting requirements. So there are various guidelines which are related to various organizations that work on PV or that work for any different countries like EMA, FDA, WHO, CDSCO. There are a variety of guidelines, and you can always search it through your Google. You can Google any kind of stuff online, like you can know about FDA. FDA has various sectors, and all those sectors work on different kind of guidelines, and you can easily find all the stuff online. Secondly, you can attend any kind of webinars or workshops on regulatory updates, and you can subscribe to the PV newsletters to stay informed about the new safety regulations. Fourth point is the technical skills. Now, this is something that you can get a hands-on exposure if you're doing any kind of internship or demo versions to any PV databases or software like Argus, RSG. So that depends if you are opting for any kind of internship programs. Most of them are all paid. So if you feel the need to do that, you can gain knowledge to that as well, where you will learn basic data entry, the coding with the help of Medra, and case processing workflow, and you can understand how ICSRs flow through the PV system. The next point is the communication skills, which involves the clear and precise documentation and reporting. So how you can develop is you can write again brief factual narratives. You can improve the email and report writing skills for the professional communication, and of course you can discuss any kind of stuff that you go on online with your peers or mentors. And one another pro tip is here is that all these skills are interconnected. If you have strong medical writing, then it improves communication. If you develop the analytical skills, you can enhance the case reporting accuracy. So regulatory awareness can help you in ensuring the compliance. Okay, so let's discuss the third point, which is take relevant certifications. So here I've mentioned about ICSR, that is Indian Society for Clinical Research, which has its own programs, workshops, or certifications, conferences for the professionals in clinical research field. Apart from that, we do have ICH GCP certification free versions which are available online. You can check them on pharmalessons.com or Global Health Training Center, or you may get some free versions on Udemy or Coursera as well. The third point are the PV specific courses. From this can be from various institutes like Cliniminds, IGMPI, or any kind of global providers like Coursera, Udemy, or any kind of other short courses. Then the next part is Medra coding training. So how Medra works, you need to go through the coding rules, exactly how we code in any kind of situation, that you can go through Medra points to consider, the latest version of course. And there are few webinars that are often available for free online or maybe paid. You can also check the webinars related to PV on YouTube. There are many webinars that are conducted, for example, for USFDA, for EMA, etc. And those are posted online on the YouTube. So you can check them as well. Okay, so let's discuss the fourth point, which is gaining the practical exposure, where the first part is internships and projects. Now, during your M.Pharm, you can focus on doing any kind of projects that are related to PV, ATR monitoring, or drug safety. And along with that, these days there is a master's in pharmacovigilance as well. So you can do that if you're opting and if you're going to opt for a career option after your B.Pharmacy and you have a detailed interest in drug safety. Apart from that, you can check for the hospital and pharma internships, whereas you can participate in the ADR monitoring systems under an AMC, that is the ADR monitoring center, if it is possible. Although I'm not sure if there are any good options available in India. And for the professional development, you can definitely attend conferences, workshops, or webinars that are related to PV, clinical research, and regulatory affairs. So keep it a habit and a routine to enroll into any kind of webinars or conferences that is possible for you, so that you get to know the updated trends and updated information regarding PV, clinical research, and regulatory affairs that will help you in staying updated about what career option you should be selecting and what career option would be a good choice for you. Okay, so the fifth point is network early, wherein you can build a good LinkedIn profile of yours, primarily professional one, where you can highlight your interest in PV and you can connect with the professionals in PV and clinical research. Also, you can join for the forums like ISOP or LinkedIn groups. So there are many LinkedIn groups that are not only related to PV, clinical research, regulatory affairs, or any kind of LinkedIn groups that help you get an idea about what career option you can opt after completing your graduation or post graduation. So that will be really, really helpful for you. And apart from that, you can connect with the professionals and seek guidance, and you can ask any kind of questions to the professionals who are already working in that field, that will help you to get a better insight of what's going on in the field. Okay, so the sixth point is preparing for interviews. Now, the common fresher interview areas are the basics of PV, which includes ICSRs, adverse event, adverse reactions, or what is causality assessment. And of course, you need to have good understanding of pharmacology and clinical medicine. There can be scenario based questions as well. What would you do if you receive an incomplete case data? So, if you are aware and if you are well versed with what goes on in PV, how case PV workflow works, and what guidelines do you follow, what kind of regulatory timelines are there, that will help you in answering the questions more effectively, and it will help increase your chances to clear the interview as well. Okay, so plan for the entry level rules. Now, after M.Pharm, the common entry points in PV are as drug safety associate, PV associate, safety data analyst, case processing executive, PV scientist, and all these roles they help you in transitioning to the much better and much deeper understanding of PV roles, which includes signal detection, risk management, aggregate reporting. All these roles come with an experience. So, apart from that, you can also explore about medical information call centers, which is the MICC. That is a kind of an entry level role as well if you're interested in getting into drug safety. If I talk about the career pathway in PV, then the entry level includes the drug safety associate or case processor, as I mentioned earlier, and the mid level includes 2 to 5 years of experience where you can have the positions of PV scientist, signal detection specialist, and apart from that, the senior level it includes you to managerial posts and QPPV, that is qualified person for pharmacovigilance. And then we have the leadership roles where there is director of drug safety or head of pharmacovigilance. Okay, so let's talk about sectors now. So the sectors include pharmaceutical companies like Sun Pharma, Cipla, Dr. Reddy's, Biocon, and the contract research organizations like IQVIA, Parexel, Syneos Health. Apart from that, regulatory bodies like CEDESCO, healthcare providers like hospitals, clinical research institutions. And apart from that, there are few IT and PV technology companies as well that hire for the role of pharmacovigilance, which include TCS, Wipro, Cognizant, etc. And if you are someone who is into medical writing, then there are medical writing and consulting firms who hire as PV medical writer or safety documentations specialist or regulatory consultants. They majorly focus on the preparation of safety reports like PSURs, DSURs, etc., or the regulatory submission materials. And then the vaccine and the biotech companies, almost similar to the pharmaceutical companies. So these are the sectors where you can find jobs in pharmacovigilance, regulatory affairs, and clinical research. Okay, so that brings me to the end of the video where there's one pro tip which includes that you already know what kind of field you are interested in, what sectors interest you. So, just to get an insight of how and what kind of positions they get opened and what opportunities you can have in a particular company, just keep a regular check on the website of the companies that you are interested in, and you can regularly keep a check on the careers section of these websites. For example, you're interested in Sun Pharmaceuticals, you can keep a regular check on the website of Sun Pharma, and that will help you to know about the positions that open up in any particular organization. And that way, you can explore more and you can get an idea about what career opportunities you have apart from PV, regulatory, or any other things that interest you. Apart from that, just keep learning and enhancing your knowledge about the field you're interested in, and focus on building a good resume and good working knowledge. So by good working knowledge here, I mean the regulations in regard to PV. You should have a great idea about what regulations, what guidelines PV works on, and it will definitely help you in cracking the scenario based questions and giving you a better insight of the field. So, yeah, that's it. All the best to everyone who is planning to pursue a career in pharmacovigilance or who is already looking for a job right now. I hope you guys liked the video and do subscribe my channel and stay tuned. Thank you.